Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So I wanted to talk about the Lakers. I haven't talked about the Lakers in what feels like forever. I feel like for the past week, I've just been covering like the Indiana Pacers and Imani Bates. And, you know, while Pacers content on my channel does do very good, because I understand most of you are Pacers fans who subscribe to my channel, I do want to acknowledge other teams, and one of the teams that I would like to acknowledge in this video is the Los Angeles Lakers, because their offseason has been arguably one of the best in the NBA, like way better than I thought that this was ever going to go for the Los Angeles Lakers. I thought like D'Angelo Russell was not going to be back, especially with the way that he played in the playoffs. I thought he was done. Austin Reeves, I was pretty positive was coming back, but Rui Hachimura was another guy that I was like, I don't know if they can get him because like he played pretty well for them, so maybe somebody else is going to offer him money. They had a lot of really great signings. So during the offseason, they have signed Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes. They re-signed Austin Reeves. They brought back Rui Hachimura. They waived Mo Bamba and guard Shaquille Harrison. And they also, I guess somehow, these are just transactions, but they also brought back D'Angelo Russell on, I think, 2 years, $37 million, which just over $15 million a year for D'Angelo Russell, I feel like is kind of a bargain contract. Considering he's a guy that, like, if he went to any other team and was allowed, like, if he went to a bad team and was just able to chuck shots, D'Angelo Russell could put up 20 a game, like 21, 22 points a game. So I have to say, like, the Lakers got really well-rounded. They got better. Like, I'm just going to call it what it is, man. Like, it seems like not a lot of people are really talking about this, but Gabe Vincent was a very nice pickup for them. I understand they lost Dennis Schroeder, but, like, there's nothing you can do. They lost Lonnie Walker, but Cam Reddish is a guy that has gotten, like, significantly better at defense since, you know, playing for the Knicks and Portland and stuff like that. Cam Reddish is a guy that I think has a lot of promise, especially with having LeBron James as a teammate. Cam Reddish, I feel like, has always been that guy that, like, everybody looks at him and goes, he's got the ability to be very good. It's just a matter of, like, who's going to bring it out of him. And the same thing with Rui Hachimura, man. Rui Hachimura was a guy that, like, everybody thought sucked. I thought he sucked. Like, he was okay, but he was never a guy that I thought was, like, really great. You know what I'm saying? Then he goes to the Lakers, and suddenly Rui Hachimura is like this amazing player for them. Like, he had a couple of really big games for them and was a solid player during the playoffs. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, is it like the idea that the talent that the Wizards draft sucks? Or is it just the idea that the Wizards don't know how to develop talent? And I'm at a point now where I think it's the latter. I think it's the idea that the Wizards simply have no idea how to develop talent. And like Denny Avdia is a great defender but shoots like shit. And I'm thinking myself, like, Denny Avdia is a guy that he's a gifted passer, great defender, and I feel like he would be such a better player if he just went to another team. But to me, it's just like the Wizards are a mess anyway, and Taurean Prince is a nice vet. I will say that. Taurean Prince is a nice vet to add to that roster. He's pretty good. Jackson Hayes is really young, a dude who didn't get a lot of opportunity for the New Orleans Pelicans. He's a guy that I think could be huge for the Lakers, actually, if he's given the proper role. These are all dudes in their 20s. Cam Reddish, they brought back Austin Reeves, who's going to be very good. Jackson Hayes is in his early 20s. Like, Gabe Vincent, all these guys are in their 20s. Not only did they bring in, like, not only did they get better, but they got younger as well. And, you know, I understand, like, D'Angelo Russell has not played amazingly for the Lakers throughout the playoffs, but you know one thing's for damn sure with this roster: as long as you have D'Angelo Russell back, your team's gonna make the playoffs, right? Like, that's the one thing we can say for sure about the Lakers, is so long as they have LeBron, AD, and D'Angelo Russell, they at least have a shot at the playoffs now. And like, I know last year was a little iffy because, like, Anthony Davis, right? Anthony Davis was having an MVP year until he got injured, and then, you know, LeBron was asked to carry the torch until AD comes back. And Yeah, like they fell up a little short, and D'Angelo Russell just had like during the few playoff games that they played, D'Angelo Russell just was not good for them. If we go ahead and look at the stats, D'Angelo Russell during this his playoff bout here for the Lakers in the playoffs, he shot 42% from the field, 31% from three, 76% from the free throw line on 13 points a game, 4.5 assists, and 3 rebounds, while averaging 2 turnovers a game. And D'Angelo Russell's 26 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still relatively young. But the problem with D'Angelo Russell is career-wise, he's not a good playoff performer. But, you know, he played 16 games. He started for 15 of them. So, you know, it's just the idea, like, in the regular season, like, D'Angelo Russell averaged 17 and a half a game for the Lakers on 6 assists. He shot 48% from the field and 41% from three and, you know, 73% from the free throw line. But he's a guy that can get it done in the regular season. And you know what, honestly, with the way the Lakers are set up, as long as you're D'Angelo Russell, as long as you perform in the regular season, like, Gabe Vincent can perform in the playoffs, okay? Like, just though everything that they did, Gabe Vincent was a great signing. They're a team that kind of addressed a lot of their needs. They needed to get younger. They needed to get a little bit better on defense. Jackson Hayes is an okay defender. I'm not going to say he's elite because he's not. He's all right. Gabe Vincent's okay. Austin Reeves is actually a really, really good player, I think, all around. Rui Hachimura has been amazing for them. It was nice to see that they brought him back. Cam Reddish, I think, has the ability to be like the X factor for this team. Cam Reddish is a guy that I think the opportunities he didn't get in, you know, for the Knicks and even with Portland. I feel like he's gonna get that with the Lakers. I feel like LeBron is gonna be like, hey, like, we're gonna play Cam a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And the idea that, like, they just added a bunch of young guys to this. Taurean Prince is a great vet. Like, I hate to say it, boys, but, like, the Lakers are going to be a playoff team again. And with all the signings that they've made, they're all, like, sneaky good signings. You know what I'm saying? They're not big names. They're not guys that are sexy names. But they're all guys that are, like, they're solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a guy, like, if you ask me, Cam Reddish is better than Lonnie Walker. Like, if you let Cam Reddish go out there and do for you what you let Lonnie Walker do, Cam Reddish is going to be better at it. Thomas O'Bryant was very good for them in the time that he did play for them. Now he plays for Miami. But if you give Jackson Hayes the minutes you gave Thomas Bryant and give him an opportunity, Jackson Hayes could be very good. Gabe Vincent, we know, is good. Austin Reeves, we know, is good. Rui Hachimura, we know, is good. Taurean Prince, we know, is solid. Like, it's just the idea, like, D'Angelo Russell, if he can just play better in the fucking playoffs, like, he's gonna do great in the regular season. It's just the playoffs is where you're gonna, like, kind of worry. It's just like, for this team, as long as LeBron and AD can stay healthy, right? As long as health concerns are not a problem with this team, and they always will be, because LeBron is, let's face it, LeBron's getting older. AD is just his ankles are made of, like, fucking paper mache, it seems. But it's just the idea, if this team can stay healthy, they could be in the championship conversation. Like, I know that sounds like a stretch, but, like, anytime you have Anthony Davis and LeBron James, anything is possible. And I just think to myself, this is a team that, like, they've done a nice job, a better job than I even expected that they would, at, you know, filling all the holes in their roster. Because there was a lot of guys that I was like, okay, they're probably losing Lonnie Walker. We know they traded Westbrook. I thought for sure they were losing D'Angelo Russell, and they brought him back. Like, they've made a lot of the right moves, and watch out for them. I'm just going to say that. Watch out for the fucking Lakers. I know we say this every year. I know with Westbrook and stuff, we said it with Westbrook, but, like, this is a team where it's like they got their 3 guys, okay? Yeah, is D'Angelo Russell Kyrie Irving? No. Would you have liked to have gotten Kyrie Irving? Yes. But Kyrie Irving's not going to pass up the bag that the Dallas Mavericks offered him, and on top of it, it's kind of like, if you're the Lakers, you couldn't offer Kyrie Irving that much money anyway. So, you know, the idea that they made a lot of small moves to, like, keep their roster solid says a lot, I think. You know, LeBron's on his way out. You know, he's maybe got, I think LeBron could play as long as he wants, I think, but I feel like he's going to bow out sometime sooner rather than later. And I just feel like the Lakers are trying to do everything in their power to make it so they can at least have a chance to contend, and that's what this did. You know, all the moves that they've made in the offseason, signing Gabe Vincent, bringing back Austin Reeves, bringing back Rui Hachimura, those are probably the biggest moves. And then you pick up a couple sneaky signings and Cam Reddish and Jackson Hayes and stuff like that. Like, suddenly you're back on the fucking map. Suddenly you're a team to look out for again. And I'm gonna be honest, boys. I'm gonna be a little excited to watch Lakers basketball again this year. I mean, I've always watched the Lakers. I've always kept track of them because LeBron's on their team. But if they can stay healthy, if they can just play this out correctly and not let AD get injured and not let LeBron get injured, which I know is very unlikely to happen. But even then, like, this roster should be solid enough without one of them to at least make a play-in game. And as long as they can make a play-in game and you can get LeBron and AD together during the playoffs, because I feel like that's what matters. People talk about health all the time. As long as those motherfuckers are available during the playoffs, that is what matters. Okay? As long as you can get a playoff spot or a play-in spot, and you have AD and LeBron healthy, anything is possible with the Lakers. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.